What does it mean to say that St. Louis does Branson with a touch of Motown? Let's find out from Gifted Productions. Marcia Williams today on The Bernie Hayes Show. Well, Marcia, welcome back. It's good to see you again.
It is wonderful to be here, Bernie. You know, I love coming to talk with you.
I'm so glad that you do.
Thank you.
Gifted Productions. Tell us about what is Gifted Productions.
Gifted Productions is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We've been established since 2001, and our mission is to provide quality, family-oriented theater for all of the residents of our city, and we put an emphasis on making theater available to underserved communities. That's special to my heart because we grew up not having much money in our home, and I loved theater, but our parents couldn't afford to take us to the Fox or to the Keel at that time. But I loved it, and when I got to the place where I could produce theater myself, I'm like, I'm gonna make it affordable so that all young people and all families can enjoy this art form.
Well, how did you come up with the name Gifted Productions? How did that come about?
Actually, it's based on the Bible.
Okay.
There's a scripture that says, all good and perfect gifts are from above. And I knew that the talent and the people behind the scenes were really gifted, and I knew that I had been given a certain gift, Bernie, so I thought that'd be a perfect name for our organization, acknowledging what God has given us.
You, as a performer, have been here on Channel 24, 24.1, 24.2 many times.
Yes.
As a performer. What's the name of your group?
Our group is Psalms, and we perform gospel music.
Right.
But I should put a slash there because we actually perform as harmony.
Yes.
When we perform our gospel music, of course, we are Psalms, the book in the Bible. But when we do harmony, and that's exactly what we do, that helps us have more appeal, and people understand better who we are, I think, when we separate the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
But August 10th is a special day in the city of St. Louis.
Yes,
What's happening August 10th?
So very excited. We've decided to bring a show titled St. Louis Does Branson with a Taste of Motown. Now, George and I visit Branson every year. That's one of our favorite vacation spots. And I love the shows that they do there. And of course, when you think of Branson, you think of country and you think of gospel and Motown because they do a lot of that there. And I thought, well, you know, everybody's not going to go to Branson. Why don't we bring Branson to St. Louis? And that's exactly what we're doing. So we're pulling together a show. We're going to present music that spans the 40s to the 80s.
Wow.
And we're really mixing it up, Bernie. I mean, we're starting out with Andrews Sisters, and we're going to move into the 50s, and then we're going to go into the 60s, and that's where we're going to get our Motown.
Yeah.
We've got a new band joining us. They're called Griffin Underground.
Wow.
Really excited about them. These guys are really, really good, and they're going to perform some jazz for us as well. And they're going to be playing. They're actually going to be playing Chain of Fools by Aretha with our group. So it's a cross-cultural show. It's family-oriented, and I do want to throw this in. It's a show designed for baby boomers, but we want to be all-inclusive of the family and generation. So our two MCs are two little girls, 8 and 10 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're going to actually run the show for us, so to speak.
That's August 10th at Harris Stewart State University.
That is correct.
That's a 6 o'clock show?
6 o'clock show, one show only.
Okay.
And tickets are $25 for general admission, VIP $40. And what you get for a VIP ticket is, of course, choice seating, and we're going to hold a pre-reception. Run about an hour. That would start about 4:30. Just want to make them feel special for purchasing the tickets, and then they'll have an opportunity to take photos with the cast after the show.
How can they get tickets?
You can get tickets through brownpapertickets.com. If you type that in, a page will come up, and you'll just type in St. Louis Does, and it'll come right to our page and tell you can buy tickets right there.
And there's some phone numbers associated with this also?
Not with Brown Paper Tickets, but you can call 314-352-4857 if you have any questions at all. That's 314-352-4857.
How about a website?
Website is www.giftedpro-stl.com. Do you want me to repeat that?
Yes, please.
Okay. www.giftedpro-stl.com.
Okay, it's been the big auditorium at Harris Stowe State University.
The main stage, that is correct.
August the 10th. And that's the 3026 Laclede. It says featuring Harmony,
That's us.
LLC,
Yes,
Sam Huddleston,
that's correct.
and more.
And more.
That's more. Tell us about the more.
The more would be a young lady. Her name is Deb Darris, and she's going to do a little blues number for us.
Okay.
She's new to the stage, but she's really got, I mean, the talent that we're able to get is just amazing. The other more would be the Griffin Underground Band. This is the first show of this nature for them, and they're really talented, so we're just excited about them. The other more is the genre of music, because we're going to throw in some gospel, which is what Branson does, and their jazz is going to be really pleasant and relaxing because they are so good at what they do. And we're going to throw in a little comedy, too.
Oh, that's great. Tell us the members of Harmony. Who are they?
Okay, happy to tell you about that. We're kind of a family group. Thank you. Good segue, Bernie. Our lead singer is Marcia, and she's our eldest daughter, George and I, and you call him
Noki.
That's because you guys have
Pinocchio,
history, right?
that's right.
Pinocchio.
One of the Caesars.
One of the Caesars.
Right.
So Marcia is a blessing for George and myself. And then my second daughter, Teddy Edwards, she's going to be holding down the tenor. But actually, as I say this, I have to remember, Teddy's going to be out of town for this show. So we've called in a young lady to step in for Teddy, and she is phenomenal. And St. Louis may know her. Her name is Shelley Miller. And she's worked with the Black Rep, the Unity Ensemble. Why am I plugging other organizations?
That's okay. That's what Gifted Productions does.
Absolutely.
That's what you do.
She is a phenomenal talent, so we couldn't have asked for a better stand-in. And of course, our girl holding it down, Nita Lewis.
Yes,
She's
Nita.
the fourth member of the group.
Yeah.
So we're excited. We're rehearsing hard, and it's coming together nicely.
I've seen Harmony so many times, and I can tell the people right now this is going to be a fantastic show. The acoustics in the auditorium at Harris Stowe State University are just wonderful and just designed for a show such as this. Marcia, why did you come up with this idea?
I always want to present unique and different theater. It's always been very important to me that Gifted do three things. Educate with our theater when we can, okay? It's not always plausible, but I like to do that. Educate, bring family together. And this particular show is sometimes I just like to make people feel good. This show was designed for baby boomers. That's people born from the 40s through the 60s, and they will appreciate this music. And I just want them to sit there and reminisce, go back, remember when they met their first love, or remember when they had their first baby, or when they met that guy at the malt shop or that girl at the malt shop. So this is a warm and fuzzy kind of show. It's going to really take you back in time and hopefully generate a lot of great memories. And another reason for that is so much negativity is going on in our world, in the press, in the community. I wanted to be like Calgon, take them away to a place where they can just enjoy themselves and enjoy some wonderful memories.
This is wonderful. You're going to have the Andrews sisters. So it's not an all black cast and all black show, not dedicated to any black ethnic group, any particular ethnic group. It's for everybody.
This is deliberately designed to be cross-cultural, something for everybody. We're doing Andrews sisters. We're going to, we're talking Branson, so we got to be talking country, right?
Wow.
So we're going to have a Patsy Cline number, Tammy Wynette number, Johnny Cash number, and again, that fits under that umbrella that what can we do that people would not expect us to do as an African American theater group.
It's wonderful. And I noticed that each of your presentations, you adapt your costumes and your dress, your attire to fit the scene. And, I just admire you so much for that.
Oh, well, thank you. A lot of theater, Bernie, is not just the people coming on stage performing, but people are so entertained by the sets, by the props, by costuming. That's a great percentage of what they see because it all engages them, all of it, every aspect of it. So we try to include every aspect of it.
And it's very, very good.
Thank you.
Let's talk about props. You see these cups, all these different mugs on the table here. This is the Bernie Hayes Show. This is Harris Stowe State University. That's Webster University. And, this is also one Judge Judy Draper gave me from the first inaugural of
very nice.
President Obama. But if you'd like to have a Bernie Hayes mug cup and a new book from Reverend Larry Rice to tell the story of the New Life Evangelistic Center, it's easy to do, and it will support the programs here and shows here at New Life Evangelistic Center. So here's Reverend Larry Rice to tell you how to do it.
For many years, Bernie Hayes has been on the front lines leading the charge for social justice. It's been a great privilege of mine to get to know Bernie personally, and I want us, in celebration of all that Bernie has done, to share with you one of these very special Bernie Hayes mugs and a copy of a book, Through the Fires, which tells you about the battle for social justice at 1411 Locust, where gentrifiers came into the neighborhood and literally shut down the church at the New Life Evangelistic Center at 1411 Locust Street because they didn't want those kind of people in the neighborhood. Direct bigotry. Now, if you'll request this mug and share a gift of $25 or more, we'll send you this book, 328 pages that go into great detail on all the manipulating behind the scenes and on the scenes that took place in order for the city of St. Louis to consider it a nuisance because there were hurting and homeless people in the neighborhood. We would love to see a beloved community that when development takes place in a community, instead of the poor and the elderly and the homeless being pushed out, it's a beloved community that welcomes people from all over, regardless of their racial background or who they might be. They're people made in the image of God. Bernie Hayes has fought for that for years. And now we're teaming up with Bernie in a very special and powerful way. If you'll just call in our 421-302, or you can send your special gift and just say, please send me the Bernie Hayes mug. We will include in that Through the Fire, historical book that I've written on how the St. Louis gentrifiers tried to destroy a church because of its homeless congregations. You know, there's a common saying that if your neighbor's house on fire, yours in danger also. The bigotry, the hypocrisy in the city of St. Louis affects all of us. I thank God for Bernie, who has continued to point it out and root it out. Now we're teaming up with Bernie. When you request the Bernie Hayes mug and share a gift of $25 or more to New Life Evangelistic Center, I'll include my book, Through the Fire. We'd love to hear from you. Share now, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri.
My guest is Marcia Williams of Gifted Productions, and we just saw Reverend Larry Rice tell you how to get a cup of the Bernie Hayes Show, which is this mug right here. And also, you saw Reverend Larry Rice talk about the book, Through the Fire, how St. Louis gentrifiers tried to destroy a church because of its homeless congregation. And Marcia Williams, you've been at New Life Evangelistic Center. You supported Reverend Rice and
Absolutely.
You and your groups so long, and he wants you to have this book.
Oh, you're giving it to me?
It's for you, from Larry Rice.
Thank you.
Just to you.
Thank you so
much.
much.
In there. Gifted
Wow.
Productions, once again, Gifted Productions presents St. Louis Does Branson with a Taste of Motown.
Yes.
Featuring some of St. Louis's top performing artists, Harmony, LLC, Sam Huddleston, and more.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be Saturday, August the 10th at
Harris Stowe State University's main stage.
3026 Laclede.
Laclede, that is correct.
Okay, you know, I was impressed. We were talking before the break about the costumes and the set designs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take part in all that mostly? Do you come up with that?
Absolutely do. I have to admit, I am a micromanager.
Yes, you are.
But
it
it's
comes out
exhausting.
perfect.
Yeah, it's like George tells me this all the time. Nobody can read your mind. You have to tell them what you want, what you want to see, and what you want them to see. And I'm like, he's right. So I feel like I have to get with the set designer and say, this is what I want. I want you to use your creativity, but if you'll just let me see this, what I have in my mind, then we can work both our creativity and our juices together.
Yeah.
Same thing with costuming. I know what I want to see, so I have to be involved in the selection of costumes and that. Just because I'm picky like that. I just have to admit that.
And I can just about assume that when we see you performing the Andrews Sisters, you'll be dressed like the Andrews Sisters dressed.
Pretty close.
Okay,
You're right. You nailed it.
I can imagine.
You nailed it.
And the other artists and performers also, the Motown acts and so forth.
Yes.
Could you
Yes.
tell us what some of the Motown acts you'll be representing?
Okay. Well, you want me to tell you some of the songs?
Yeah, please.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go, like I say, we're starting with the 40s. And we're hoping that we're going to be presenting songs that you have not heard for some time.
Okay.
A song like Foolish Little Girl.
Okay.
This is dedicated to the one I love.
Shirelles?
Yeah, the Shirelles. Oh, you know 'em?
Oh, certainly.
Of course you do.
Shirley and the Shirelles.
Absolutely. With Motown, we're going to do a little Heat Wave.
Martha Reeves and the Vandellas.
Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. And the guys, they're going to do What's Your Name by Don and Juan.
Don and Juan.
And of course, you're going to hear My Girl.
Oh,
You know,
Temptations.
those classics. As I said, those country numbers we're throwing in, you know, because that's the essence of Branson. And we just want to make sure that we get that message across. Oh, some of the other songs, my goodness. Well, the gospel numbers we're going to do. There's a surprise number. There's a song by the Stylistics called Stop, Look, Listen.
Wow, sure.
And we've changed the lyrics to fit a gospel message.
Wow.
So
Stop,
they'll
look,
get
listen to your
something
heart.
like that. That's right.
Yeah, I remember that very well. Yeah.
So we're just excited. We're even going to have a 50 segment that will take place in a malt shop. From
Oh
the
my
50s.
goodness, that's great.
Yeah, so
with
I'm
the
really
shakes and the counter and the whole bit.
Yes, we're going to do what we can with that.
I'm sure you will.
And so much more. Everything's not coming to mind right now, but I'm just excited because it is something that we have not done before, and we just want this to be the best for our people here in St. Louis.
It's a family-oriented program.
It absolutely is. Everyone in the family will get something from this show.
that's
And
great.
again, that's why our MCs are the age that they are, because they're going to bring that comedic element and the sweetness of the children. We're going to do a marriage of their generation to what we're doing here. So
It's going to be a complete night out for a whole family,
it
right?
really will.
Okay,
it really
that's
will.
August the 10th at 6 p.m.
That is correct.
Harris
One
Stowe State
show
University.
only.
Okay. Now, how can they get more information and more tickets?
Okay, if you call 314-352-4857, we can answer any questions you have regarding location, parking, tickets, whatever you might have questions about if you're going to go out on the town for a good night of fun. Also, you can get tickets online through brownpapertickets.com. Okay, you type that in, and a screen will come up, and it'll ask you to type in your event. All you have to type in is St. Louis Does, and we will pop up. And then you'll have a feature that says buy tickets, and you can do that way.
Well, I'm so interested. I know the folks are kind of wondering how this is going to be like. Let's take a look at this preview
Would
of
love
what's
to.
going to be.
Love
Gifted
to.
Productions at St. Louis Does Branson.
Yes.
Hello, St. Louis. Gifted Productions presents St. Louis Does Branson with a taste of Motown. We'd like to thank you for making our last event a sellout performance. And now we're back, and this time we're mixing it up for you. You'll enjoy smooth jazz, 40s classics, golden oldies from the 50s and 60s, soul-stirring gospel sounds, even a little bit of country and a little bit of rock and roll. We're bringing the nostalgia and the fun of the famed Branson musicals right here to our own hometown. We're featuring the cool and hot sounds of St. Louis's own Harmony.
He's the boogie woogie bugle boy company B. Da 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 da.
LLC.
What they do, they smile in your face all the time. We'll take your place back
Sam Huddleston.
on a Saturday. All right, Sam, regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old
Griffin Underground, and more. There will even be a tribute to some of the hottest dance crazes that swept our nation from the 40s to the 80s. Coming Saturday, August 10th to the main stage at Harris Stowe State University. Show starts at 6 p.m., one show only. Go to brownpapertickets.com or call 314-352-4857. VIP tickets are only $40 and include choice seating, a special pre-show reception, and photos with the cast. General admission, $25. You don't want to miss this. Tickets are on sale now.
You know, that's fantastic, Marcia.
Yeah.
I want to thank James for doing that, and Bob Dimler, the producer and director. You know, I mean, that's just going to be some kind of show.
Yeah, I'm just so grateful to Bob and to James. I came in here and asked if they could do that presentation at the last minute, and I was ready to give up because we were running into some challenges, and they were just determined to make this happen. So thank you guys so much.
But knowing you, as long as I have you and George and your whole family, giving up is not in your nature.
You're right. You're right.
So
I was sweating bullets, but I'm like, man, I hope they can make this happen.
that's now part of Gifted Productions. Marcia, what thrill and satisfaction do you got at this performance? I mean, performance such as these and Gifted Productions performances.
That's simple. Pleasing the audience, giving the audience something that they can take home with them that makes their heart full of joy. That may sound so corny, but because the world is in the state it's in and we get so much negative news and so much negative press, if we can make someone smile or pat their foot or just rock in their seat or say, oh, I remember that, and that's when I met whomever, that's the kind of stuff that gives me joy. You know, theater is all about replicating life from a fictional standpoint. Well, this is real memories. This is real happenings from the 40s through the 80s. And I know that there's something that everyone will be able to relate to, and that's what we're excited about.
There's a little dance space at the auditorium, you know, the Henry Gibbons Auditorium, or Dow Warmack Auditorium now at Harris State University. Would you encourage them to get up and dance if they feel like dancing?
Absolutely. We're hoping they will do just that. I won't warn anybody about what dance it is, but I think that they'll feel compelled once the music's going and we give them the opportunity to come up. We want them to join us on stage.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Marcia Williams of Gifted Productions is my guest. They're talking about a wonderful show coming August 10th at Harris State University. In the meantime, we're 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. The 1411 Locust Street downtown location is still under repair. Reverend Rice and the staff and volunteers are still trying to get that reopened. But in the meantime, the services that were provided down there are provided here at 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. And we welcome you to come by and take a tour. We hope that you can. And we hope that you'll perhaps bring some clothing or some waters or something that the people that need, the homeless can need, and those in need can use. But we'll also need your donation, your gift, your investment in New Life. And you may do that through Post Office Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri 63166. Or online at New Life Evangelistic Center. That's one word, newlifeevangelisticcenter.org. MasterCard, Visa, American Express, Discover Card. It takes less than 2 minutes to make that investment in New Life to help those in need. That's what it's called, New Life. And it provides new life for so many people. Back with Marcia Williams after this.
Hello, I'm Larry Rice, and I want to invite you to join me in moving into God's healing power of creation. We may be getting older, but we don't have to get bitter. We can get better as we take God's prescription, an invitation to move and experience His healing power by getting up out of the four walls and moving out into creation, beholding His wonders of creation, seeing evidence of the resurrection all around us from every seed that has popped out of the ground and brought forth His beauty and power at this time. Experience healing for your body, your mind, your spirit. Let Him lift the stress, the worry, the anxiety from you. I have to go into creation on a daily basis, beholding God's wonders, His beauty. Experience it. Take the prescription of time alone with God in the midst of His creation at this time and watch Him do exceedingly abundantly beyond what you can even stop and think. Yes, beyond what you can think about. Experience the beauty of His creation and healing for your soul.
We'll return to our guest after this Black History Month. Our subject today is Mr. Chuck Berry, a musical icon. Chuck Berry's music has transcended generations. Berry, also known as the father of rock and roll, gained success by watching the audience's reaction and playing accordingly, putting his listeners' amusement above all else. For this reason, tunes like Johnny B. Good, Maybelline, and Memphis have become anthems to an integrated American youth and popular culture. Berry is a musical icon who established rock and roll as a musical form and brought the worlds of black and white together in song. Born in St. Louis on October 18, 1926, Berry has made many influences on his life and that shaped his musical style. In the 1960s and 70s, His music was the inspiration for such groups as the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. Barry had a number of comeback recordings, actually, and in 1972 had the first only #1 pop chart of his career, Mind Ding-a-Ling. Chuck Berry.
Now you can take NLEC TV anywhere as you put the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. NLEC TV is an innovative TV station that's on the cutting edge of community service. When you tune in to NLEC TV, you'll discover a television station that has been operated by previously homeless individuals who've received broadcast training through New Life Evangelistic Center's unique on-the-job training program. On NLEC TV, you'll discover wholesome family, community, renewable energy, and inspirational programming. Those needing energy assistance, food, clothing, or freedom from the cycle of homelessness will find that plus much more on NLEC TV. Now, you can receive NLEC TV by going to 24.2 on your television set or putting the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. For further information, call 314-436-2424 or go to nlecstl.org. That's nlecstl.org.
And welcome back. My guest is Marcia Williams. We're talking about an event that's coming to Harris Stowe State University August the 10th at 6 p.m. Marcia, once again, give us a brief review of what that is.
Okay, St. Louis Does Branson is exactly that. We are bringing the essence and nostalgia of the Branson shows right here to St. Louis, to our own hometown. Do yourself a favor. Buy tickets for the entire family. You will not be disappointed. They're going to hear pop, rock, doo-wop, gospel, country, just a plethora of genres of music that are set in settings that will just take you back in time and just bring joy to the hearts of the family. So please come on out and see it.
Your husband, George Williams, we call him Noki,
Yeah.
formerly of the Caesars. Is he going to be performing? Will he perform?
He will not.
He will not be performing.
He will be behind the scenes as he always does,
Watching over his
helping me
wife and
do what
daughters.
I do, and cracking the whip on the girls. He
Yeah.
manages our group, and I
Yeah.
tell you, he's a taskmaster.
I can imagine. I can imagine. How excited are you about this event coming?
It's hard to explain how excited I am because it is something different. It's something that we really want Lake St. Louis, I'm sorry. St. Louis to sit up and take notice of. Gifted Productions is here. We are really trying to make a mark in the performing arts area in a way that is so family oriented. It's just, you'll never see a show where you can't bring the kids with you.
Okay.
And so we're just excited that this is one of those shows again.
And I know it's not enough time really for us to expound upon this, but tell us about your faith.
Oh, gosh. How much time do we have?
We have about a minute.
I tell you, I grew up in a home, godly mother, and my faith is so real and so strong. This is one of the reasons I can continue to do what I'm doing, because it can be very challenging and even discouraging at times. But I know that this is a ministry that the Lord has given me so that I can reach people in a way that's creative and enjoyable. And I don't know what I would do if I could not do this, because it's just who I am. It's in every fabric of my being, and it's all from the Lord. And this is the way I am giving back to Him and blessing other people, by using Gifted Productions to just share talent and creativity, because again, all good and perfect gifts come from above.
Okay, very briefly, how to reach you again?
Okay, 314-352-4857.
And the website is?
Is www.giftedpro-stl.com.
And people can find out how to purchase tickets at that site.
And tickets are purchased at Brown Paper Tickets, that's all one word, brownpapertickets.com.
Great. Marcia, thank you so much again
Thank
for
you.
being with me. And, thank you all the support you've given me over the years, and to New Life Evangelistic Center.
Absolutely
and
worthy
so
of
nice,
it all.
and we're like family, and I want to appreciate you.
Thank you.
And
Same
say
here.
hello to the family for me, please.
Thank you, will do.
And thank you for your support of New Life Evangelistic Center. Reverend Larry Rice, almost 50 years doing these wonderful, wonderful deeds for you and for yours. I'm Bernie Hayes. I want you to have a good day and continue to support Channel 24.2 in LEC TV. Have a great day.